and welcome. Today we will be discussing Project 3, the Instruction Manual. As usual, you'll have your learning objectives, what you need to read to be successful. As you read these IKEA instructions, I want you to note a couple of things. First, recognize that there are no words in these instructions. Why do you think that is? Considering that IKEA stores are located in something like 73 countries around the world, can you imagine the logistics nightmare of either including all of those languages in the instructions or making sure that English instructions were shipped to English-speaking countries and German instructions were sent to German-speaking countries and so on? Instead, IKEA has chosen to use only images along with a phone number people can call for some assistance if they need it. Also note the complexity level. The first set is for simple ottoman, a simple little footstool for your house. It's very few steps, very direct. The second, it's called loft bed instructions, but if you look at it carefully, you'll note that this is just one part of a loft bed system, and these are very complicated instructions. So make sure you look through all of those instructions and sort of look at how they set things up when they're not using words to tell you what to do. In the resources area, there's a video called the Exact Instructions Challenge. It's super cute. It's a dad having his kids tell them how to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. Under prior work samples, one thing that you'll note is almost all of these are dealing with cell phones. I used to have this assignment restricted to only telling how to send a text from your particular model of cell phone, but I have since expanded the parameters so that you may now do pretty much anything you want to do within reason on your instructions. Most of these, like I said, are all about sending text, but you'll see lots of different styles and designs here, so look through those just to see what's possible. Finally, we'll get to the assignment expectations. For this assignment, you're going to create an instruction manual for something that you enjoy doing. Now, you want this to be something where someone unfamiliar could follow your instructions and be successful. For example, you wouldn't tell them how to completely dismantle an entire engine and rebuild it. That's way too much for this project. We want something simple, something easy, and I prefer you do not do any recipes because everyone knows how to follow a recipe. That's not really giving instructions in the same way. So anything else that you would like to do, please go ahead and figure it out. If you're not sure, you can always send me an email and I will let you know whether or not your idea will work. If you don't know where to start, if you don't have any clue what you want to do, stick with the previous assignment, which was simply tell me how to send a text message on your phone. Make sure that you include all the options. Make sure that you include different variations if it's necessary, maybe a listing of what tools they need if they need tools at the beginning. You need to give very specific instructions, include the images that you'll need. Make sure that you are making it visually appealing and that it is something anyone can follow. Make sure that you have a title and information on what these instructions lead to. It'd be great to not wait till the last page to know what we're doing. Do some subheaders to divide different sections or different processes. Include as many images as you need to illustrate the steps clearly, but you have to have a minimum of 5 images included. Make sure that each of your images are consistent in presentation. So if you have a red border here and a blue border there, they need to have some reason to have different colors or you need to make them the same. Make sure that you don't have any white images on a white background. When we were doing the cell phones, people would take a screenshot of their phone and it would have the band at the top with information, the blank white screen where it was awaiting the text, and then the keyboard at the bottom. But then that's on a white page, and so it sort of just all got lost. Make sure if you have a white image on a white background that you use a border or a drop shadow to make it stand out. Don't use more than 3 fonts, again, not a ransom note. Make sure it is visually appealing and interesting to look at. It's not an essay. Again, no plain black text on a plain white page, double spaced and all of that. And this is meant for print, something you would include in a building kit or in a box with a phone or something like that. So make sure that your margins are appropriate and don't use giant fonts that make something that could be 2 pages take up 73 pages. I've seen that plenty of times, and it's just, well, frankly annoying. Make sure you have clear evidence of planning and effort. Use correct spelling, grammar, and punctuation. Do not put your name on it. When is the last time you got an instruction manual for a product and it had the creator's name on it? Don't put anything about this being a class or an assignment. This is an instruction manual that you are making ostensibly for a product or a process. Make sure that your pictures are not pixelated, that everything is nice and high resolution, it's not squished or stretched. And in this case, do not put citations on images. You probably want to use images that you took yourself or those that are free to use. Again, if this were being published, we would have to be much more strict on that, but for the purposes of this class, I don't really need citations on the images you use in this assignment. As always, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email or text me, and good luck.